Hey guys, how's it going? Solo back with another weekend video, and I tried to make a video teaching you how to do put and call credit spreads because that was requested by a few of the members in the Discord server. However, Robinhood, the website, has been acting up all weekend, so I still haven't been able to make that video, but make sure you subscribe because I will make that video as soon as Robinhood sorts out their problems. So I thought instead I would do an update video on 4 tickers, and I'll talk about the technical analysis, updates, and also my price predictions for where I think these stocks are going to go the next few trading days. So let's take a look at AMD, let's take a look at Spce, Virgin Galactic, let's take a look at Moderna because they have some news that's going to drop tomorrow, and let's end the video by taking a look at Micron, the honey badger. So right off the bat, let's take a look at AMD because this is the stock that I'm most invested in right now and most curious as to where it's going to go. You see, we've been kind of choppy this past week, up and down, kind of hovering around this 50-day moving average, which is the pink line, and also the 21-day moving average, which is the orange line. We had a little bit of a red day on Friday, down about 0.5%. You can see intraday, we bounced right off this area of support at around $81. So what do I think is going to happen? Honestly, I don't know. I think we have a 50-50 shot of it going up or it coming back down. The RSI is pretty much right at the 50 level. The support right now is around $81. The resistance is around $83. So I think it has to decide what it wants to do. Does it want to trade below 81? To do that, not only is it going to have to break below 81, but also around the mid to low 80s because that's where the moving averages are. And if it wants to move to the upside, it's going to have to close above $83. You can see we did that for basically 3 days last week, but we couldn't maintain it. It immediately sold back off with this big red candle. So I am thinking that AMD is going to trade right now somewhere between the low to mid 80s. They don't have any big news catalysts coming up right now, so I don't see anything that can kind of cause it to rocket up. So I just have to wait and see what AMD wants to do right now. Let's take a look at Spce, Virgin Galactic. This is a ticker that I am looking at opening up a play on this week. I've been waiting for a red day to try and open up some cash secured puts, but as you can see, the past 3 trading days have just been green. We've been trading up and up and up right along this trend line here. At some point soon, I believe this trend line will break because right now we're already above this area of support at around just shy of $22. But also we are very far away from the 21 and the 50-day moving averages. The RSI has been slowly creeping up towards the overbought category. So I think the first day, maybe it's tomorrow, maybe it's Tuesday, maybe it's Wednesday, that we have a red day and we pull back below this trend line. That might be the good day where I decide to open up some cash secured puts. However, I may wait it out another day to see if we have 2 red days in a row. Because like I said, I feel like we are a little bit overextended right now. I mean, our recent all-time highs were already around $23, $24, and we're just slowly creeping up towards there. Now, I will say, though, it may not happen this week because Spce actually has a lot of catalysts coming up. If you saw my video from 2 days ago where I showed you the investor PowerPoint during their earnings report, they have a lot of big news events that are going to happen towards the end of this year and also the first quarter of next year. So that's also why I'm kind of jonesing to get into some shares right now, because if Spce does rocket up back into the high 20s or the low 30s in the next few months, I want to make sure I own shares in the mid to high teens or the low 20s. But I am keeping a very close eye on Spce. That is the one ticker I'm looking at. My AMD positions are pretty much just kind of set it right now, and I just kind of peek at them because I don't intend on managing them. But I do want to get in on Spce again. It served me well in the past running the wheel strategy on them, so I want to get some more Spce shares, hopefully make some more profits. Let's take a look at Moderna right now because Moderna is interesting because earlier this week there's been news that Moderna is ready to release news on their vaccine. And the thought is that they're going to release the news tomorrow. And the rumor mill is suggesting that Moderna's vaccine has just as good results as Pfizer's vaccine. However, the one caveat or the one issue with Pfizer's vaccine is that you have to store it at very, very cold temperatures. So people are worried that transportation or shipping the vaccine, cross country might be an issue. However, with Moderna's vaccine, apparently it does not require such cold temperatures for storage. So that might give Moderna's vaccine a little bit of a leg up over the Pfizer vaccine. The one thing I am concerned about though, and I think even if Moderna reports good news on Monday, I think we're going to have a sell-off because I think it's going to be a true example of buy the rumor, sell the news. Because that news came out, I want to say around midweek, and look what happened. Moderna had 3 green days in a row. Pretty big green. These are pretty big candles. I mean, Moderna went from about $77 to a close of about $90 in a matter of 3 trading days. And look how far extended we are above the 21 and the 50-day moving averages. The last time that happened, we got pretty far away. We sold off for about 2 to 3 weeks. We had a little pump again for about 4 trading days, flat day pretty much, a red day, and then we kind of rallied hard again. And take a look at the RSI curve. It is in the overbought category. So I do think even if Moderna has good news that comes out tomorrow, I think we're going to sell off. Let's draw a trend line. Recently from the past few trading days, the trend line looks something like this, right? We just save that right there. You can see if I incorporate it from about, let's just say November 3rd to November 11th, we've been following this trend line for the most part. In the last 2 trading days, we are very far high above this trend line. So I do think that on Monday, even with good news, we're going to have a bit of a pullback and we're going to come back down to earth on Moderna. There's not much else to say about Moderna. Let's see if we can draw some more areas of support and resistance because right now, my closest area of support is around $75. We do have some historical price data. I do think somewhere right around here, or let's say right about there, somewhere around $80 is going to be an area of support. And I say that because we have the top of this candle and this wick, top of this candle. If I zoom out here, you can see the bottom of this candle all the way back here on May 18th, and the bottoms of a bunch of these candles here back in July. If I zoom out some more, there's really no more historical price data. So I think there is an area of support right now at $80, between 80 and about 88 where I drew previously. I don't think there's much resistance or another area of support. There's just not a lot of price data there. There's a few candles here in July, but nothing conclusive to me. Maybe, just maybe, there's another area of support at 82 because you have the top of these candles here. But there's basically only 3 candles, like 1, 2, and 3, that kind of show that. So I'll leave that up there for now, see if that holds up to be true. But I do think, right now we're at about $87, $88. I wouldn't be surprised if we pull back to the low 80s, somewhere around 82, 83, or maybe if we're aggressive about it, all the way down to around $80. We'll have to wait and see what happens. But everything on the technical analysis for Moderna tells me buy the rumor, sell the news. We'll see if I'm right tomorrow. Lastly, let's end the video by taking a look at Micron. I haven't traded Micron in many months. I haven't actually looked at the technical analysis on Micron in many months either. So it's actually due for an update. You can see this Fibonacci is way old. So let's go ahead and delete this and let's draw some new fib levels. And I think I'm going to draw them from the most recent lows that are around, end of August. So something like this. And then let's draw them to basically where we closed on Friday, which was a recent high at just shy of, just shy of about around $58. So let's see what that takes us to. You can see the 23.6% Fibonacci level looks like it's been holding up as an area of support initially back on October 22nd, and then resistance here on November 6th and pretty much on November 10th. So I'm pretty happy with this fib level. Let's delete this trend line just to clean up the chart a little bit. And it looks like Micron has been on a nice little uptrend recently. We had a kind of recent low around November 2nd, and then we've just been off to the races. I mean, it's really hard to actually draw an accurate trend line because these candles are kind of all over the place. But something like this is a very steep line. Like I said, we had a green day on Friday, up 3%. Micron's in the high 50s. I remember Micron loved to trade somewhere in the 40s, mid to low 40s, and it's had a good run up recently. The one thing that's scaring me is, again, just like Moderna, I think Micron is going to be due for another pullback. And I say that because take a look at the RSI curve. Again, overbought category. The last time it was overbought on October 22nd, look what happened. We had a big green candle October 22nd. Then we had basically 4 days of red. And we just touched the overbought category. Again, we're actually a little bit even more overbought than we were back in October. Had a big green candle. So if the pattern is going to repeat itself, I think we'll probably have like 2 or 3 days of sell-off. And the other thing that supports that is that we are, again, trading far away from the 21 and the 50-day moving averages. Let's see if we can identify an area of support or resistance, because the last area of support is around $55. If I look historically where we are right now, it looks like there might be an area of support somewhere around $56, because if I zoom out here and look at this historical price data, there are a few wicks that get awfully close, maybe some candles here. It might actually be a little bit less than $56, maybe something like this, somewhere around $55.50. Let's just see how that holds up to the more recent trading days. And it doesn't really hold up, but looking at the historical data, somewhere around $55 to $56 I think will be an area of support. Again, keep in mind these are not exact values, they're more ranges. So if I say $55.62, it doesn't mean to the penny. It means somewhere around $55, somewhere around $56. And of course, no technical analysis in general is 100% accurate. So everything, take it always with a grain of salt. Do your own due diligence, do your own technical analysis, and let me know in the comments below if you agree or disagree. But that's really my update this week on AMD, on Spce, on Moderna, and Micron. Let me know if you're playing any of those tickers already. Let me know if you plan on opening any new positions this week. As always, if you have any questions or comments, leave them below. And happy trading.